But if he's just comfortable making 40,000 while I'm making 100,000, I feel like it's a problem. I'm going to, because now I want a man that make 100,000 now. Well, really, I want a man that make 200,000 more. Like, I just feel like it's always more and it's always better out there. Like, if he want to make his little 40, go be with a 40,000 girl. I'm sorry. Welcome to another episode of Kicking It with Key. Here we have some new guests and also returning guests to the show. So who do I have right here sitting to my right?
Hey boo, it's Helen. You can follow me at Helen Where We're Going at my Instagram. And I model, host, videographer, photographer, so on and so forth.
And who do we have right here?
I'm Trelani from Miami, Florida. If you want to know more, you can find me on Instagram at that Trelani Chick.
Okay, so let's jump right into it. So women are known to be, or more than lately, they have been going into entrepreneurship. They have been starting their own businesses, starting their own salons, nail salons, hair shops. We got waist beads, we got videographer, photographer, model, host, and all of that. They are known now to be bosses. Do you think that with women becoming bosses, should they contribute more financially in a relationship?
I think in a relationship it's always 50-50 because if I'm doing my part, it's like my partner can help me and say, hey babe, I think here's some tools to help you out with whatever you need, but I know what I want, so I'm going to use my money to do what I want. If you're going to help me contribute, cool. But every relationship is 50-50, so if he wants to help out mentally, amazing. Financially, it'll be nice too.
Okay. There we go. So she said keep it 50-50. Do you think it should stay 50-50, or do you think the man should still contribute more?
From my perspective, I think that it depends on the situation financially for both partners. It can't always be 50-50. It depends. So if I'm making more money than my partner, then I'm going to be expected to contribute more to the household. But if he's making more, then he should, contribute more. But if we're both about, averaging the same, I think the woman should be able to put some aside, always save in her own separate account, and then do her part at home also.
Okay. I like that feedback. So listen, we have Gabrielle Union. A statement recently came out where she stated she was making more than the husband. So I'm happy that you said that. At a certain point, she rose to stardom and she got famous and she was getting roles and jobs and she began to make more money than him. So now she's making more money, she's paying all the bills, and she said that caused a power dynamic in their home and it caused her to start cheating on him. So if you guys were to make more money than your partner for an extended amount of time, let's just say for 3 years, you're making more money than him, do you think you would see him the same and respect him the same if you made more money than him?
I'll still see him the same. Okay. If anything, I would help him level up to be in a higher position. Or, equal. But then again, no man wants to be over masculine. Yes. So as a Gabrielle, yeah, she wrong for that.
She right for that. I think she's right for that. What you think?
I don't think any amount of money should determine the way that you operate in your relationship. So if she became a bigger, I don't want to say that word, but it was already in her to do that. So no amount of money would have changed it. It's just going to magnify what she always wanted to do.
Yeah. Okay. So now this is what I think, okay? Because we do know to have a flourishing home, you have to be able to be self-sufficient, right? And you need money to do so. So at the same token, I do feel like money should not be the determining factor when determining how you're going to treat your spouse or your partner. But at the same time, if I am carrying all the load and you're scratching your behind, I may begin to look at you differently. I may be able to get a little bit more irritable. But if he's just comfortable making 40,000 while I'm making 100,000, I feel like it's a problem. I'm going to, because now I want a man that make 100,000 now. Well, really, I want a man that make 200,000 more. Like, I just feel like it's always more and it's always better out there. Like, if he want to make his little 40, go be with a 40,000 girl. I'm sorry. That's just my thought on it. So, okay. So now that leads me to my next question. A lot of men, they say that women that are successful, like that have credentials, they have their bachelors, their masters, they are business owners, this and that, that they shove it down the men's throat. And they use their credentials or their success as like their leading thing, their personality. And I wanted to know, do you feel like being a boss chick or a boss woman, do you feel like that's intimidating to men? Like, does it hurt in the dating world to be known as like the businesswoman, the woman that always has meetings and things to do? Does it help or hurt in the dating world?
Okay, I think it depends on meeting your match, because for some guys it may be intimidating, but that has to do with their own view of themselves and their own confidence and self-worth. But I think that it would help if you meet the right person. You're trying to meet your match.
I agree. That is a good answer. How you feel?
The same way?
Yes.
Like, if you met me this way and you know my background, I need you to be on that same level or higher. Educate me, help me, do what you can to put me on that level where I need to be, which is what I'm going through right now. I need that partner to help me with what I don't have going on or knowledge, you know? But yeah, I agree with her.
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely agree. I think if a man is intimidated by a woman being educated or handling her business, I think that says more about the man. I think a strong-minded man will actually appreciate having a partner that is already established, already has things going on, and is able to insert him into her life. So that I agree with 100%.
Definitely.
I definitely agree. And tell your man he need to tighten up.
Girl, if I could find one.
They out there.
Where? I'm gonna go sit up on a bar, okay? Nice little rooftop, and find somebody to come to the nice brunch time. Just
Right. So listen. Okay. So there has been a study that the rate of marriages have decreased. Okay. So in 2015, about 50% of Americans were getting married. Now, currently, only 45% of Americans are getting married. Who do you think is at fault for this? Is it the women? Is it the men? Or is it both? Who's wrong here?
okay, everybody's wrong.
Everybody's wrong.
Everybody's wrong.
Okay, so you're going to stand in the middle.
I'm always gonna be in the middle because there's always two different sides.
That's true.
The women, again, with the whole empowerment, I could do better than you, I don't need you, we're gonna divorce you. The men, it's like, I love you, but it's not the same. There's always something within that person that makes them not want to be with them anymore. Perfect example, Gabrielle Union. She left, because she made more money. Well, let's back up. He was cheating on her anyways.
He was.
And then she was like, well, I'm making more money too, so let me do my dirt too. So because she had more money and you're already doing it, I could do it too. So it's like, if you're doing it, I could do it too. But why stay in that relationship? Again, for the kids. But then again, you're just dragging it on. But you could easily get a divorce.
Easily. Go ahead.
I guess socially, the trends are changing over the years. I don't know who to blame, male or female. I think it's just society as a whole and the way that things are going.
I agree. But at the same time, y'all know me. I'm going to point my finger at the men. Because listen, tradition is for the man to ask the woman for her hand in marriage. If more men get on their kneecap and ask the women to marry them, maybe the percentages will rise. But at the same time, I definitely agree with both of you guys that it does lies on both ends. I think it definitely is impacted by the region that you're in, the culture, your religion, your mentality, because people, they take courting seriously. They raise their daughters to cook, clean, sew, and so forth. They get them ready and prepared for motherhood or womanhood or wifehood. But you have the guys that don't want to be used because they feel like women only want them for money. And then you have the women that don't want to be used either because they feel like the men just want them for let's talk about sex, baby. Like, it just is what it is. So I think both parties are trying to like protect themselves, and it's just causing us not to cause a union. What you
everybody's protecting themselves and being cautious because they don't want to be hurt.
Yeah.
And it's hard to trust. So I think people should just open up more to it and experience it and take it as a learning lesson of whatever you go through.
That is true. Because a lot of times people be, you'll meet a guy and he'll say he's been hurt before, and you ask him when he was hurt in his like 7th grade. Like,
Right.
Like, please,
Hold on to it.
please let that go. Like, your first girlfriend broke your heart in college. Like, we're 30 something years old. Like, love does have its ups and downs, but it is a beautiful thing. And I feel like when people experience heartbreak, they're staying in that moment. And it's like, it's more out there. It's more to life. So yeah, I agree with you guys. So listen, the amount of people in relationships used to be 32% of people not in relationships. Now it has increased to 37%. So why do you feel that people are hesitant to take the next step to make their relationships official? Why are we stuck in the situationship phase? Like, why do we get to the exchanging phone numbers, situationship, and not getting into a committed relationship?
Because they're comfortable.
The comfortability.
Yeah. Like, well, we know what it is. Mm-hmm. Don't call me, don't text me. It's like we just have an understanding.
Yes.
So you could do your thing, I could do my thing, but don't get your feelings involved. Because you know what it is.
But we're humans, though. When people say don't get your feelings involved, it's like, how can I not get my feelings involved? Because I'm a human. I'm a human. If I hit my toe, my feelings going to be involved. I'm going to grab that toe and I'm going to get the hooping and hollering. So how do you keep your feelings to yourself? Wait, you had never answered the first question. The first question was, hold on, because I need to get to that. The first question was, who's at fault for people not going into committed relationships how they used to do back in 2015?
I have to choose one gender.
Yes, I need y'all to choose a gender. I
say-
need you guys to point fingers.
The men, because you're right, traditionally they're supposed to ask. But I think a lot of men are not prepared. A lot of guys are working on themselves because they feel like they have to reach that certain level financially before they can take on a wife and family or children. So I think that's what's slowing, our process or progress as a society.
I agree. And I think they're distracted. I think
Very.
Men are like a 5-woman man. They're not a 1-woman man. So when you're dealing with this one woman that maybe cook well, and this one woman that listens well, and this one woman that looks good, and this one woman that engages in activities well, it's hard to decide. Because you got 4 things going on,
That
and you don't know
benefits
which
you.
one to pick. You don't know which one to pick. So it's like, I don't know. It's on both sides for me. Because I feel like sometimes women have to withhold. Do you guys believe that women should withhold certain things from a man until he earns it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So y'all don't believe in like first night?
Nope.
It depends on if you have those conversations up front before anything gets started, then you know what it is.
Right.
But if you want more out of the relationship, of course, you're going to create those standards before anything. Just, go with the flow and see what happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I can fool with y'all on it. I don't even have anything to rebuttal because I definitely agree. I feel like sometimes us as women, we kind of give a lot of things up. And not just sexual things. We're there mentally for them, emotionally for them. Their energy, we spend a lot of time with them. And then things are not put into stone. And then we're left saying, well, what are we? Well, where are we going with this? Well, why didn't you call me yesterday? And they like, oh, we just chilling.
We cool.
We vibing.
That's for the 20s, not in the 30s.
Vibing. All this we've been doing it, we've been vibing. So that's why I think it's very important that we take those elements, those things that we contribute to a relationship or a friendship and say, hey, you know what? We're not that exclusive yet for me to be Netflix and chilling.
Right.
Maybe we can do the Netflix, but I'm not going to chill. Or maybe we can chill, but I ain't going to do the Netflix. I just feel like we have to know what's going on, because like you say, it'll help us keep our feelings in check. It'll help us, because when we're divulging so much to someone and then somebody let us know, oh no, it's not what you think it is, then that's when that reality hit. And then that's when the trouble arises.
Yeah.
So guys, I just want to know, this is my last question, okay, because we've been talking about money, we've been talking about what the men should be doing and what the women should be doing and who's at fault. But do you guys believe in gender roles? Do you feel like the man has to make more money and has to be the leader, and the woman has to be submissive and follow in her man's footsteps?
I believe that there are gender roles, but we can take turns in sharing some of them. Like it can't be 100% I'm cleaning up and 100% you're making the money. There's always going to be a rotation to create a balance of it.
How you feel about it?
The same way. You could be the man and I'll be submissive to you, but just know, like you said, let's both switch it.
Yeah.
And just rotate.
Just rotate it.
Yes. And I feel like too, I definitely believe in gender roles. I feel like a man is a man for a reason and a woman is a woman for a reason. We are not the same. We are equal in value because we are a yin and a yang. So whatever the masculine energy that the man has, we take our feminine energy and we come together as one. But at the same time, I'm not just about to submit to nobody just because you a man. You have to earn it. You have to deserve it. You have to be that man in order to get that type of energy out of me. You got to be preserved in yourself. You got to be prepared, like you said. You got to know yourself. And a lot of times I feel like men get it wrong. They just like, oh, you supposed to be submissive. Supposed to be, well, you also supposed to be a man. Now, I can't define what a man is to you because you are a man, but you have to be prepared to lead others if you want others to follow.